Hello! I'm Ange Wilson of GnomeAngel, and I'm here to teach you skills to help build your confidence and conquer patchwork with ease. If you're new to quilting or maybe looking for a refresher, be sure to check out my blog post on the must-know quilting terms. The link is in the description below. Let's get it started. To make the hourglass unit, or quarter square triangle as some call it, you're going to need the following supplies. This is the ruler that I use and recommend. It's the From Marty Michelle 6.5 inch squaring up ruler. I love this ruler for a number of reasons, one of which is going to become apparent as we go through this tutorial. Step 1. Read the pattern. Whatever pattern you're using, it always pays to read the pattern before you begin. As a pattern designer, I know just how much effort goes into making sure the information's correct, and you'll save a lot of heartache if you read the pattern first. Step 2. Cut your pieces. These pieces here show you the right side and the wrong side of fabric. The right side's the side with the print, the bright colours. The wrong side is the back of the print, or the lighter coloured side. Step 3. Layer your pieces. Place your pieces on top of each other, right sides together. That's the prints facing each other. The dull, faded side should be out to you. Step 4. Draw your line. Draw a straight line diagonally from one corner of the piece to the other, as demonstrated in this picture. You can use a pen or a pencil, a marking tool, whatever you're comfortable with to mark this line. My recommendation is to start from the middle of your piece and draw out towards one corner, go back to the middle and draw back and out to the next corner. This stops stretching the fabric and makes sure that your pieces stay aligned as you've placed them. Step 5. Stitch together. Stitch a 1/4 inch seam down either side of the diagonal straight line you just drew. Step 6. Cut in half. Cut on the drawn diagonal straight line, split your square in half, as pictured. Step 7. Press. Press your triangles open to make 2 half square triangle units. Here I'm showing you the right side and the wrong side of the HSTs. My tip when it comes to making quarter square triangles is to press your seams to one side, as this helps you nest your seams and will improve your accuracy. Step 8. Layer your half square triangles. Place your half square triangles on top of each other, right sides together. Note here the alignment of the seam. You're nesting those seams together. A word of caution, make sure that the same print is not on top of itself when you layer the pieces. Nest your seams will help with accuracy. Step 9. We're repeating the process again. You're drawing a straight line diagonally from one corner to the other, crossing over the seam you've just stitched, as shown. Step 10. Stitch them together. Stitch a 1/4 inch seam down either side of the diagonal straight line. As you can see, I'm checking to make sure that my seam isn't caught up underneath the quarter square triangle as the needle passes over the top. I'm using my 1/4 inch guide on this foot. This means when I get to the seam and it's facing the other way, I have to lift it up to pass it over. I'd recommend, if you don't have a guided foot, not to use a guided foot, as it causes a little bit of movement in the fabric, but that's why I'm using my fingers to stretch the fabric out and hold it in shape as it's moving through. It's an extra degree of difficulty, but if you don't want the hassle of swapping feet over, which I don't, you can do it with the guide on. Step 11. Cut in half. It's the same as before. You cut on the drawn diagonal straight line and split your square in half. Step 12. Press. Press your triangles. Now you can either press this seam open or press it to one side. I've pressed to one side. Step 13. Trim to size. This is where you're going to use the 45-degree line on your ruler to trim the quarter square triangles that you've just made to the size that you need them to be. This is my quarter square triangle on my rotating cutting mat. I'm lining up the ruler with its 45-degree marking against the seam of my quarter square triangle. I'm checking that the fabric is hanging over the side so I'm not cutting it too short or too large, and then I trim 2 sides. If you don't have a rotating cutting mat, at this point you would simply flip your piece over, use the edge that you've just cut to line up with the measurements you need, and then line up that 45-degree angle on that next seam and cut again. Trimming to size is how you make sure that your pieces are square. Repeat this trimming process for your second quarter square triangle, and at the end you'll have 2 perfectly square quarter square triangles. Step 14, happy dance. Put on those dancing shoes and enjoy the fact that you've just made 2 perfectly square Hourglass quarter square triangle blocks. Congrats! If you loved making this block and you'd like to make more, why don't join me for the 100 Days 100 Blocks Challenge, where we make 1 patchwork block a day for 100 days. If you made this block, I'd love to see it. Why not join Society Gnome, our exclusive online platform where you can connect, make friends, share, learn, and laugh. If you'd like to learn from me in person, why not come on one of my creative retreats with So Travelry? Details about So Travelry, Society Gnome, and 100 Days 100 Blocks can be found in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more.